out, but no worries. Harmonious gang with the big bro Yuri. Hyphy, get lit just like me. Big bossed up, chop it up with Riley. You better come with it and kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and
take a shot.
You are now tuned in to 10 Talks.
Demonetized. Hopefully not forever. My head looks twice as big like this. Oh.
This
right.
is the last episode.
Not really. Well, in a way.
Well, I just saw your post when I went to the bathroom before.
I know, I didn't even tell you yet.
You didn't even explain this to me. So what's going on, babe?
Flacco taught me a couple things in life.
Flacco.
And if there's one thing Flacco has taught me, it's that if you're going to end a show, just do it on your own terms. So, babe, I'm actually starting a new show on Sundays at 6 p.m. with Vanessa Hudgens.
Your child.
I'm joking. All right.
Lint Talks.
Lint Talks? No, I'm joking.
You guys talk about laundry methods.
All right, guys, we'll get into all the information today that that we have to spew. There's a lot of stuff that I have to talk about, but either way, let's take this little glass of water that we have right here. It's so interesting.
It's such a cute little tiny glass of water.
It's meant for like children's tea parties, and Riley and I just like take little.
We like miniature items, like they're collectibles.
Exactly. So we have these like little tiny water cups. So here's the drinking.
Is just some water.
Mm-hmm. Here's the drinking water.
We love you, YouTube. Just to say, like, we really love you.
Speak for yourself. Cheers.
Cheers to YouTube. Thank you. We appreciate it.
I keep forgetting we're sharing a secondary water. So whatever. Either way, all right. What's up, guys? Thank you to every single person who is here right now. Shout out to everyone who is watching this live. We appreciate you guys so much for joining another episode of 10 Talks, and quite possibly the last episode of 10 Talks on this channel. On this channel. Not ever. Well, you want to quit?
No.
I'll DM Vanessa Hudgens.
DM her.
I DM'd Gabby Hanna the other day.
DM'd.
Who'd you DM?
I told you yesterday, and I was as fucketh.
Should we not tell people?
As soon as I got out of the shower.
Who did you DM? You're like, I DM'd.
The only person that I wanted to come on the show from Love Island. I DM'd her as soon as the show ended. I DM'd her off my phone, and I DM'd her off Yuri's phone. Mm-hmm. She did not respond because she was one of the top 2 finalists. My favorite girl, Sydney.
I was going to say Sally because we have the song pulled up.
Yeah, Sydney was my favorite person in Love Island. And then last night...
The only person to have sex on the island?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Okay, never mind.
I don't think so. And that's why I really want to have her on. So we could get all this. I know she'll come through with the juicy shit.
Hell, she's gonna be too detailed. She'll be like, "That was so bum. You don't even know."
Well, that's why I want her to come with her. Okay. Anyways, so last night I DM'd Sydney from Love Island, who was my favorite person on Love Island, and I feel like pretty much she kind of grew on everybody else too. Like we all loved her.
If you guys watched the
we were
Twitch
supporting
streams,
her.
she was. Well, I won't say it anymore, but she was. We talked about her.
But she obviously did not respond to my... Because we DM'd everybody as soon as the season ended to see if anybody was down to come on. And none of, like, the main players responded right away. Like, it was, like, a lot of, like, the random ones that kind of got kicked off early. But then all of a sudden, the big players started responding to Yuri... Well, Jeff is the first one to respond to Yuri.
And he still follows me on Instagram.
Yeah, and likes your shit and stuff. Yeah. And then Timmy, who was like the winner of Love Island, actually DM'd Yuri too, was like kind of down to come on.
Yeah, actually, I forgot. Timmy just DM'd me like a week or two ago saying like, hey man, I'm down to come on. And I saw that DM like such a random point where like I was either like pooping or about to go to sleep. It was like a point where I was like, I'll respond to this later, and then I ended up not responding to it. But I told Riley, and she's like, we should have him on
for sure. No, and then last night I DM'd Sydney again. I was just like, hey girl, like would love to have you on my podcast if you're down to talk about your Love Island experience. And like she responded like within minutes, and she was like, yes, I would love to. So
oh my god, did you follow up with another DM?
I said that. I told her that we're live every Sunday at 6, so like just give me a date whenever you want to come down. But like if we could get like maybe like 3 of them on, that'd be kind of cool.
All at the same time.
Yeah, like
have Timmy and Sydney face off over who should have been the winner. The actual winner. They can argue about it. No, I don't know. But yeah, okay, yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. That'd be interesting.
She was the best. Like she was the coolest one. Like I think she would be a really good guest.
I feel like if she came here, she'd be like, "What is?"
She'd be like, "What the fuck?
What is with the orange with the hole in it? And like, why is there green screen patches everywhere?"
So hopefully we can have her on. But I'll be super excited.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I'll be so happy. And if she can come on with Isaiah, because I think they're the only couple still to this day together. And they like had the
Timmy
most.
and what's her name? London or what's her
Zeta.
Name? Zeta are not together.
I don't think so.
Oh.
But they're the only ones still together, and they were like the ones with the most drama. So there's hella shit to ask her about. You know, she went through the fucking ringer.
No, it will be who?
Sydney. Remember?
Yeah, exactly.
Remember when Isaiah was like talking about Phoebe's natural beauty and shit, and that whole thing came up on the Twitter challenge, and like
we gotta tell her like how like dude,
we felt.
I feel like everyone felt like they hated Phoebe. Oh, okay, I don't want to get too much of Love Island topics because it's gonna be like a lot of people.
It's gonna be a drag. Nobody knows about it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't watch this shit, but I thought you were passing it. Either way, all right. The first thing I wanted to get into today is basically the whole clickbaity part of this podcast, which is the last episode. It's not really clickbait. Basically, guys, I posted on Instagram the other day, my channel has officially been fully demonetized. And for anyone that doesn't know too much about YouTube, that basically means that I lose all like ad revenue and all like monetization tools. So basically like ad revenue, to be honest, guys, huge shout out to you guys, and I've said this many times. We've said this many times. Like this channel basically relies on the donations and the people who support it like that, and ad revenue has always been like a very, very, very small percentage, even sometimes like being 0%, like part of like the how we support the channel and stuff like that. So losing the ad revenue, it's like it is a big deal, but it's not that big of a deal because it's like at the most I think I've ever made, and I think this is like an exception, was like I think like $500 in a month off ad revenue, but usually I'm telling you guys it's like $15. It's like it's like very, very small amount of money from ad revenue that we get. But the other thing that kind of sucks is like I said, you lose monetization tools. So now when I stream, I'm not gonna have super chats anymore, and it is a big deal, but it's not that big of a deal because we have the Streamlabs link where everyone who donates or who wants to donate, they could still click the link in my description and you could donate through there. But it's a lot easier just to use super chats. It's already linked to your YouTube account. A lot of people who click the Streamlabs link will not want to sign into their PayPal or put their credit card info in or whatever it is. It's like a little bit extra work, so a lot of people might just not even want to do it. It's way easier to do super chats, so that does already affect the channel by losing super chats. But the main thing I'm really worried about is I've heard a lot of YouTubers talk about how like if a channel loses monetization, in YouTube's eyes, YouTube prioritizes making money. And if your content does not make them money, if they do not get any ad revenue from me, they're not going to promote my content anymore. You know what I mean? And then also on top of it, it's like it being demonetized for harmful content. Oh, that's what I got demonetized for, is for harmful content. Now I'm going to get into that in a second, but my channel being demonetized for harmful content, it means like it's not going to be promoted at all anymore. You know what I mean? Like basically whoever subscribed right now, you guys will see it, and then unless you guys have the notifications buttons clicked, like you might not even see my content. You know what I mean? Like even the people who are subscribed might not even see that shit anymore. Right. So
it might be, it might not even pop up like on your main page. Like you'll have to go to your subscriptions page and see.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be promoted on your like. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be kind of like blacklisted in a way, but basically, that's what I was going to bring up, is like it kind of sucks because number one, it's probably going to affect how much money we're able to make to the channel, how we're able to support, or how I would be able to support myself, and then also it would affect the growth of the channel. And huge shout out to you guys. We've experienced so much growth in the past, fucking 2 years, like crazy amount of growth. And basically it's all gonna stop now unless the shit gets fixed. And huge shout out to Brian Arnett and Swamp Dweller, because I hit up both of them, and because they've had way more YouTube experience than I have had, or like on a higher level, and I was asking their advice on shit. And shout out to both of them because they both helped me out a lot. But basically from talking to them, they were basically saying like, Swamp Dweller told me that YouTube is implementing these new rules, so you kind of have to accept the new terms of conditions. And he asked me specifically, he's like, did you accept the new terms of conditions and then this happened? Yeah. And it's true, I just accepted the new terms of conditions, and I had until July to accept it, but I chose to accept it early because it said you can make money off YouTube Shorts or whatever. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna accept this. Who knows? I was like, it should just be better for me. I accepted, and then now my channel is fully demonetized. And Swamp Door is telling me that like this could be a reactionary YouTube thing where they're demonetizing a bunch of channels, but then they give monetization back as soon as you appeal. Yeah. And then that's what I was worried about. Is I was asking Swamp Dollar, I was like, I have so much content on this channel at this point. It's too much to go through, and a lot of my streams are have the shot, not a lot, but like a good percentage of them have shots or dabs for donations or whatever it is, right? And for some reason that can be considered as harmful content. But I was talking to Swamp Door about that, and he was saying that he's like you and me, and he's like, and a bunch of other people included, they do similar things and they still have monetization. So he's like, I don't think that's the case. He's like, I think it's something else. It's either the reactionary YouTube thing where they might give it back to you. I'm hoping and praying on that, guys. Or it could be the fact that I was telling Riley about Nightscape and James Kingston and Ali Law the other day. All these like parkour roof climbing YouTubers I used to watch. They all deleted all their content, opened up secondary channels titled like archives, and they posted all their shit on the archives because YouTube doesn't like harmful or like putting yourself in danger content. And I think maybe it could be my roof climbing videos too, which I don't have that many of those, and I could just delete them. It's like
everything. That's all your content's harmful content.
That's what I'm saying. It's like so much of my content that could be considered like, I don't know, at least a lot of the streams especially, and then that would be too much work to fix. Or if it's the rooftop thing, I guess, I don't know, I could fix that. I could just delete all those videos and like post them on some like Harmonious Man archive channel, I guess. But at this point I'm just gonna reappeal, and then hopefully this channel gets monetization back. But at this point, my best the best thing for me to do right now, guys, is to focus on a new channel and learn from my old mistakes and not repeat the same old mistakes again. So guys, at this point, the Harmonious Man Clips channel will be the channel that we will slowly be moving over to. And I'm just saying that now because I'm hoping we're going to get remonetized, but if we don't, and I think the chances of us not getting not getting monetized again are I don't know. I really don't know how it is, but I'm like getting my hopes too high. So at this point, I'm just asking you guys, if you guys do support the channel, like the streams, like everything that goes on here, subscribe to the Harmonious Man Clips channel. And I think I'm gonna rename that channel to like Harmonious Man Streams or something like that, where all the streams happen there, and then I'll open up probably a second channel after that for other content. But it's like at this point this channel might be completely just like locked in growth because of this demonetization shit, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And which it super sucks.
But it might be a good thing too, because you could also start fresh with a new channel and like possibly hit the algorithm better and grow the channel more, That's what if you like make other content that's just like a dope ass vlog and it just like sparks up, No,
it's true. That's what Swamp Door is telling me, and that's why I was like kind of I'm so glad that him and Brian Arnett were like replying to me, where I was asking them. Well, I was asking Swamp Door, I was like, dude, like I'm scared of I've heard a lot of YouTubers talk about how a lot of people nowadays will open up a clips channel, a podcast channel, a streaming clips channel, a gaming clips channel, and like next thing you know, a lot of channels have like 10 fucking channels underneath their umbrella, and you're spreading your audience too thin, and the next thing you know, your audience just whittles away because you spread your audience too thin. And I was like, kind of worried about that type of thing, and I was talking to Swamp Door about it. He was telling me, he's like, no, dude, he's like, there's different pockets of the internet where he's like, a new channel will hit the algorithm in a different way, especially if you like upload it to in a different way and all that stuff. And And I was kind of thinking about it like that too, where like this is this is a bad thing, obviously, and kind of like, a worrisome thing, but then also it is a good giant kick in the ass for me, where I'm just like I'm not saying I got complacent, but it's like it's easy to get complacent where you're not putting like a crazy extraordinary amounts of like work into it, like where I feel like at this point I need to like whatever I was doing, I need to like up it times like 15, you know what I mean, like, and just do way more shit, and then just focus on especially just growing the clips channel, which will probably be renamed to like the Harmonious Man Streams or something like that. But basically at this point, guys, I think we'll be moving channels to the Harmonious Man Clips. So if you guys haven't already, please drop a subscribe there. But also to remind you guys, on Monday I'm doing the downtown LA stream, skating in downtown LA stream with Scumbags and Potlord, and that's going to be on this channel for sure, but just expect that whole stream I'm going to be like, please subscribe to Harmonious Man Clips as well. But on Tuesday I'm doing the 24-hour stream at Blasie's office. I don't know what channel I should do that on. I'm wondering what do you think?
I don't know.
What if I did the first 24-hour stream on the Clips channel
at Blasie's office? Yeah, you could.
That would be interesting. You know what I mean? Like that would be a good way to because that channel's not even
the channel.
The channel's not even monetized yet. So like that would be a good way to get that channel monetized through watch hours and like, I don't know, subscribers or whatever it is. I think it's done. But I don't know, I'm trying to decide that. What do you guys? Let me know in the comment section as soon as we end the stream. Like, where do you guys think I should stream the 24-hour stream at Blasie's office, the Sandbox, on Tuesday? Should I stream it on this channel or the Clips channel? Because I could stream on the Clips channel, it's just not monetized yet. But this one's not monetized either. So I don't know.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly. This shit's fucking scary, dude, because this shit just happened to Trevor. And I was like, hearing this happen to Trevor, I was like, fuck, that sucks. I did not think that this shit was going to happen to me too. But
I feel like it's going to be okay. It might be just like a little glitch in the system too.
Well, that's what Swamp Dweller was saying. He's saying that a lot of people are accepting these new terms. I didn't even ask Trevor that, but I need to ask him. He probably just accepted them as well. And also, I was telling Riley that had I known this beforehand, if you guys have a YouTube channel out there and you like have had this notification saying accept the new terms and conditions and you haven't already, and you guys have some risque content, I would say, guys, either delete all that content that you think is risque before fucking accepting the terms of conditions. Or if you know that your whole channel is probably going to get fucked once you accept these terms of conditions, just wait until July 21st or July 1st, I believe it is. Yeah, you have like a couple more months to wait. So if I had waited to accept these terms and conditions, my channel would have been monetized for a couple more months. And if I had known that, I could have like been working on the, like promoting the other channels like during this whole time, saying like, hey guys, in 3 months we're moving to this new channel permanently. But now I have like a week or two to tell you guys this. But either way, yes, guys, eventually I think at this point 99% or like 90% chance we'll be moving to the Harmonious Man Clips channel to stream from now on. And then also I probably will not be doing donations for shots anymore. Forever. I think it's the end of an era for that. Because I don't know. It's like
just doing too much. Dude.
It's fun because it's like it's
obviously
like, it's fun to get lit and whatever it is, but then also it's like the audience like likes the interactionary part about it and all that stuff. But it's like
it really does affect our week though. Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is like there's been so many times where I end a stream and I would love to end the stream and then take that stream and clip it up really quick and get those things scheduled to post or whatever it is. But a lot of times, like after those donations, after shot streams, like I end the stream, I'm just like,
I'm drunk.
I'm too fucked up. I need to go lay down right now. And then I just lay down. I fucking go to sleep.
And that next morning, you're feeling sick.
Exactly.
You wake up hella late.
Yeah.
Like it really affects you throughout the week, and it's just like, at this point, it's adding to like an addictive kind of thing where it's like. I'm not trying to say it, but like you're doing it multiple times a week where it's just
I'm not though. You keep saying that, but like
no, and I'm a part of this too because it's just like I take part of it too. So it's just like
sorry.
I'm not saying that you're the bad person in it. I'm just saying that it's not healthy for us to take shots throughout the whole entire week.
No, that's true. We've been doing a good job at not doing that.
Well, we did a great job this week.
I feel like the past multiple weeks we really don't drink throughout the week unless it's like a Thursday, which honestly I can't help it. I like drinking on Thursdays. It's like it's the disconnected episode.
Get you.
But either way, that's the whole update on that whole shit. It's and it's like a couple people were telling me like, oh, we can do the same thing, you know, Trevor's doing, which is like, you know, try to make get YouTube's attention on Twitter or whatever it is. But I feel like in my shoes, from the roof climbing videos I've done, the shots for donations, all the stuff I've done, it would be unfair of me or unjust of me to be like, oh, I've been unfairly kicked out of the monetization crew. It's like it's like it's kind of, I'm not surprised, but also I've heard, you know, from talking to other people, I've heard stories that there's many other channels that you would expect to be fully demonetized, but they still have the monetization. So it's like what I'm doing is like very low on the spectrum compared to what other people are doing right now, you know? So I don't know. Hopefully, guys, I'm just going to appeal. Everyone, cross your fingers, and hopefully we will be remonetized and we could continue growing. The main thing that worries me here and it kind of like makes me upset is I've been working on this channel for like 7-8 years, guys. If you go like to my oldest videos, I know YouTube doesn't allow you to do that anymore, but if you go to my oldest videos, like I have videos from like 7 years ago of just me skating around Hollywood, me and my homies and shit like that. And I would like this channel to be the one I continue to grow on and do stuff on, but if it so happens to be like this, I feel like this is a good also time to just focus on the active viewers, because my channel, like I said, has been alive for 7 years. Before I became an intern for No Jumper, I grew my channel to like 650 subscribers, all through posting skateboarding vlogs. So everyone who was watching and commenting at that point were just interested in me doing skateboarding vlogs. And like I said, at that point I was getting like 30 views, 60 views, maybe 100 views a vlog if I was lucky. But everyone who was watching was, you know, some people would be commenting saying like, yo, I fuck with the vlogs, keep doing it. So I just kept doing it. Once I started interning for No Jumper, there's an old vlog Adam put up where the title of the vlog was like, we have to help this nerd out. And it was like a thumbnail of me, and he told everyone to subscribe to me. And then overnight I gained like 3,000 subscribers thanks to that shout out. So that was like 6 years ago. You know, how many of those people still watch the channel? How many people from the skateboarding days still watch the channel? How many people from the roof climbing days still watch the channel? It's like at this point, if we do have to transfer to a new channel, it'll be people who are only here for what's going on now, and it'll be like more interactive and more active. So I feel like at the end of the day, it's like, you know, there's negatives and there's also positives. There's like a silver lining, which is I need to be more productive. And there are, you know, moments in my life in which I'm not the most productive, and I could definitely change that. And this is just a giant kick in the ass telling me, get your shit together. So, I don't know.
1,000%.
Either way, that was the update on the Harmonious, man. Monetization shit. But also, let me just see right now, is there super chat, or is there no more super chat? This is the only time I'm gonna open up the chat during.
Can I
this.
pee really quick?
Actually, okay. Riley's gonna go use the bathroom. I'm gonna open up the chat right now. Do we? I'm just wondering out of curiosity. Is there still a super chat option, or is there not? No more RP super chats. No super chats. Okay, yeah. I figured. That's what I thought. Yep. No more super chats. But honestly, guys, super chats, you know, they are more convenient, like I said, because it's just right there, right in the comment section. But most people, I feel like, if you are, you know, for everyone, I feel like this applies to everyone. If you are donating to someone, you're doing it to support the person, right? Or to get your message heard out. But if I were to tell you like, hey man, when you use super chat, YouTube gets 30% of your money, and then the person gets it. So if you give someone $1, they get 70 cents type shit, and YouTube gets 30 cents. It's like but if you use the Streamlabs link or Stream Elements link or whatever it is, link in the description, the content creator gets 99% of the actual donation instead of 70% or whatever it is. So using the link is always like a better way to support the creator at the end of the day, but super chats is just a more convenient way. And also for anyone that's tuning in, asking, I'm only reading the chat right now while Riley's in the bathroom, but for anyone tuning in right now asking why this title the last episode, I talked about it all in the beginning of this episode, where it's basically about the demonetization shit that this channel is going through. And, if I want to, I could continue just uploading to this channel. It's completely fine, and just, use the channel, but it's not going to grow anymore. And that's like what you have to focus on as a content creator, is growth. And it will not, it will cease to grow at this point without monetization, because YouTube will not promote us or promote anything we do ever again. Kind of scary. Should we take a shot to that?
I'm a little too turnt, I feel like.
Really?
How much? I haven't eaten since breakfast.
Really? Jesus. Oh,
you had a little snackaroo.
I know. I'm surprised you didn't have any.
You didn't offer. Rude ass.
I never have
selfish
to,
ass.
Hell no, I never have to offer. You come over and go like, you just
look, left my grass.
Stick your hand in the bag or whatever it is I'm eating all the time, so it's fine. Guys, I posted a video a picture on Instagram yesterday of me getting pulled over.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about Gappy Hannah.
I'll talk about that too. But I got pulled over, right? So listen to this, guys. It's kind of a funny story. Basically, Riley, I don't have a car. Ever since my car got totaled like 4 months ago, I still haven't got a car. And so we've just been sharing Riley's car this whole time. And I had to go to the weed store, right? And it was I think 9 p.m. or something like that. It was very late at night. And I was realizing we have one tiny little nug left. I was like, yo, babe, I'm going to go to the shop real quick. I'll be back. And then I go to the shop, take Riley's car. Her back right taillight is out, which we both know. We've been wanting to get it fixed, but we need money. We've been putting it off, basically. And then the front...
I didn't know the front was out.
No, I think he's tripping. The front right, you know how there's the white lights and then there's the yellow lights above it? Your yellow light is off. And then he was telling me it's off or whatever, but I think that's what he's talking about. So basically, Riley's front lights work, but one of the top yellow lights doesn't work. So it just kind of looks like it doesn't work, but it actually does work. You know what I mean? There's a white and a yellow light. The yellow light doesn't work. Either way, I'm driving to the fucking weed shop, and this has happened multiple times where I take Riley's car at night, and I'm always nervous about doing it because I always know that it's such an easy reason to get pulled over for is you have a missing, taillight doesn't work. Anyways, I've passed by many cops many times, and I'm always just like, oh my god, I'm about to get pulled over. It never happens. This time I was driving, I passed by a cop, and then he was actually on a street at a red light standing this way, and I passed by him the other direction, right? I pass by him, and as soon as I pass him, he just makes a right and goes right behind me. And as soon as he got behind me, I was like, oh great, I'm getting pulled over. And then I had to make a couple turns on streets, and every turn I made, this cop is behind me, and I was like, great. I was like, he's gonna pull me over any second. And like I said, I was going to the weed store, and I just kept going to the weed store. I was thinking in my head, I was like, if I can make it to the weed store parking lot, he's not going to pull me over in the weed store parking lot. I don't know why I was thinking that, but I was going to the weed store. I was just about to make a left into the parking lot, and he turned his lights on. So I was like, all right, fuck the parking lot. I was like, I'm going to go over to the street right here, right across the street from the weed store. I get pulled over, he comes over, and then he just hey man, just letting you know I'm pulling you over for the missing your taillight doesn't work and your headlight doesn't work, all this shit. And I'm like, okay. I was like, I know, man. I was like, I've just been putting it off, I need to fix it or whatever it is. And then he goes, and then he's like, oh man, he's like I was gonna ask you about the strong stench of weed, but he's like, I just realized we're across the street from a weed store. And then I was like, oh,
thank God.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you that, but yeah, he said that. He was like, I was about to.
Yeah, because we hadn't smoked in that car.
But I was thinking that too. As soon as I pulled over, I was smelling. I was like, damn, it does smell like weed. And I thought it was the car, but he was smelling around. Then he was like, I was gonna say it smells like weed, but he's like, it's coming from that weed store right across the street. And I was like, oh yeah. I was actually heading there right now. I was going to that weed store right now. And then he's like, okay. He's like, I'll write you up a fix-it ticket, and then you'll be on your way. And then whatever it is. So basically, I got pulled over. He gave me a little fix-it ticket, and then I just left wherever I parked to get pulled over. I just left my car, fucking got out of the car, went to the weed store, and just came back and left. And then what I thought was really funny is after I left, I went to a Jack in the Box. I got in the drive-thru, and I was as I was in the drive-thru, I looked down at my shirt, and I'm like, oh my god! I was like, I'm wearing a fucking Walk Hard shirt too. That was the first time I wore that shirt, and it was not purposely. It was just I had like I think just taken a shower or something, and I needed a shirt to wear, and I just put it on, and it was a shirt that said Walk Hard, but
sure the cop didn't even know what that meant.
And especially it was in a Von Dutch font.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? He probably just assumed it was like a Von Dutch immediately.
That's hella funny.
But I called Riley and whatchamacallit, and you were fucking hella nervous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was scared. I was like, fuck, like I've been anticipating this moment to happen too. Because I know that fucking back tail light has been out
For months.
For a while. And we have to just get it replaced. But I didn't know that the front one was out.
That I don't think the front one's out. I think he's talking about the fucking. I don't even think it's a fog light. It's like there's a white light and there's a yellow light. And I think he was talking about that. But I didn't want to. I didn't want to be
fixed.
I didn't want to be argumentative with this dude. And then also, I've never.
Just stop exposing yourself.
Well, I never been in this position of driving my, like, I've heard my homies be in this position of getting pulled over in their girlfriend's car, and I've always thought like, oh man, that must be
it's not
hard to
bad.
explain. Like, this is, blah blah. And I was, that's what I was really nervous about is when he was coming over. It's like, I'm not on Riley's insurance. Like, I'm just her boyfriend, and I was borrowing her car just to go, not too far away. And
that's what
I was worried about.
When I got my license, my mom put the car in her name, like my car in her name, put the insurance in her name, so the insurance was cheaper. I'll do one. So the insurance was cheaper.
That makes sense.
And she was like, if anybody ever pulls you over, just say this is my mom's car and I'm just driving it.
And it works every time?
Yeah. It's like they're not going to like double check for that shit. If you have everything like up to date and you're good, like they're just going to be like, okay.
But can I also be honest? A lot of my homies, whenever they were doing sketchy shit, it was usually in their girlfriend's car, quote unquote. You know what I mean? Like, and it'd always be a situation. It'd always be a situation where you get, I see them getting one charge, another charge, and then guess what? Also, you stole your girlfriend's car to do the stupid shit she didn't know about, or whatever. Anyway, so I thought that I would think that police are suspicious of people who say this is my girlfriend's whip, and I thought he would be like hella investigative about it. But I was like, this is my girlfriend's car. He's like, oh, okay, what's the insurance? I was like, blah blah blah, and he was like, okay, cool. Here's a fix-it ticket, and you're out of here. I was like, damn, he didn't even call you or confirm that I'm your boyfriend. Like, what if I stole the car? You
got lucky.
I know, right? Well, he was honestly, he looked like he was super chill. He wasn't too fucking crazy, but I thought it was funny how, imagine it was another cop that smelled the strong weed smell from the shop, and then he was just like, you smell like weed.
A lady cop.
Lady cops are usually the rudest.
Every time I've gotten a ticket,
it's a lady cop?
It's a lady cop.
Well, they're probably jealous.
No.
Yes.
No, it's just like I just have that luck where it's like, of course, I'm getting stopped.
I know that every time I've dealt with a lot of police because of skateboarding, and I know me and my homies, it was like a running joke where it's like, for some reason, you just have this vibe that girl cops have something to prove, where like,
yeah, exactly,
they feel like they don't get taken as seriously in their job, or maybe I don't know what's going on, but like they take that aggression out on the fucking people that they arrest, and we've noticed this recurring theme. And every time we've had a lady cop, it's like she's gonna be like basically a rude person.
But dude, I remember one time this was my most expensive fucking ticket ever, too.
Speeding?
No.
Oh.
I was getting out of beauty school. 6 p.m. Tired as hell. It was a U-turn type of thing where like I made a U-turn to get onto the freeway to go back home. Yeah. Because my house is like 30 minutes from my school. And you always hit that Bay Area traffic or whatever. And I made a fucking U-turn, and I know for sure I went during when it was yellow and it was cool. I know for sure I did. Okay. But once I was in the middle, it turned red, and then there was a cop right behind me, and I pulled over, and of course it was a lady cop, and she was just like, you ran a red light, like making that U-turn, da 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 da. That shit was $700 in the mail
for a red light U-turn. Yep. Oh my!
And it was as soon as I got out of school, literally, I got out of the parking lot of school, made a U-turn, to get onto the freeway to go back home.
Jesus Christ.
And she pulled me over right there. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was not recklessly driving. I was slow. Like,
yeah.
And she like, oh my God. My mom was so pissed.
Dude, it was $700. There's so many examples of how the government misuses tax money, right? And not just tax money, but if you look into how much California brings in through tickets, red light tickets, you know, like any type of like, what's it called, vehicle, like I forgot what the word, like traffic violation, any type of traffic violation, it's all calculated at the end of the year, right? It's like, I think it's like $2 or $3 billion worth of tickets are being collected. So when you did that U-turn, right, and they get that $700, that $700 is 100% profit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
You did not damage no property. You didn't do nothing. I guess they got to pay for the cop, I guess.
It was yellow and turned red in the middle, which is legal.
Well, yeah, disregarding that, but I'm just saying, like, as for how much money they get in with traffic violations and all this shit, they get billions of dollars, and then you drive around through a lot of Los Angeles streets, and there's potholes, shit's fucked up. We have like some of the worst roads ever. You know, like there's statistics about it, how California has like some of the most, you know, terrible roads, unmaintained roads, but we get billions of dollars in fucking traffic violations put into the city or into the fucking state every fucking year.
I was so mad.
$700.
So mad after she pulled. I was like, are you kidding me?
And they're never sympathetic. They're never like
I didn't do anything. I was just turning to leave.
Were you like, come on, like it's
No, I literally started crying
in front of her.
Yeah, I was like
Cryly.
Like, yeah, literally cryly. She was like, well, I'm writing you this ticket. I was like, okay then, all right, okay, you just write the ticket then. Go ahead.
Oh, you were being rude.
Like, no, go ahead, you already did, so give it to me then. Crying like fucking tears. Like,
Jesus Christ,
this is so stupid.
$700.
I was like, I just got out of school. I just left school right now. She did not give a fucking fuck. Fucking bitch.
Fucking bitch. I was trying to say the word earlier. But yeah, no, I've had those situations before. I remember one time
and another time I got a speeding ticket off this fucking road in the Bay Area. It's called Bailey Road, right? So it's kind of like the hills.
I think you showed me when we were there, right? It's like a downhill road.
Yeah, it's a downhill road where when you're going back, like back to the bay, like to the East Bay, like it's in Concord. Like, it starts in Concord, and then you're going back to like Antioch, Pittsburgh area.
Yeah. And
it's a downhill fucking road, and it's like super like turvy and shit. And one day, like, I'm catching hella speed going down this hill. And as soon as you get into, like, the main street, it's, like, 35 miles an hour. And there's a fucking cop, a lady cop, of course, with her gun out, like, right there. As, like, not her gun, but her speed gun.
Yeah, speed gun.
And
she just has a gun for the speeders to shoot them instantly.
Sorry, not her gun, her speed gun. But as soon as you're getting down that hill, where you're gaining the most speed, and she's right there.
Wow.
And she fucking pulled me over, and I got a speeding ticket for that day, too.
I know
I have the worst luck.
It sucks because the people who deal the worst with cops are people who have the biggest egos, I've noticed.
Oh, thanks.
No, I'm not saying you have a bad experience with cops. I'm just saying that in my personal experience, it's like,
no, I'm very respectful.
You gotta just understand.
You gotta let it be.
You gotta let it be. And if this cop is just trying to fucking like be this like big old person and like act like they're doing something in life, you just gotta play that part.
Hell yeah.
And just be like, dude, I'm just trying to fucking go
just
home and not add any additional things to this stress that you're about to cause me. Let me just get this over with as fast as possible. Pause and get on my way home.
Dude, no, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. Like,
that's why
I'm very respectful. Like, of course, okay, blah blah blah. One time in high school, I was a senior. My friend was a junior. Like, my friend Karina was a junior, and my friend Hannah was in the car too. We went to get Wendy's, and we pulled over into our high school parking lot. And then all of a sudden, we see like a cop drive by, like right by the parking lot. And so I'm driving out into the parking lot, but I forgot to turn my headlights on. And the cop sees me and pulls into the parking lot, pulls me over. It's like, lady cop, of course.
Yeah.
And my friend Karina was a straight up bitch.
Immediately.
To the cop.
Why the fuck are you pulling us over?
Okay, like you're gonna do this?
No,
whatever.
I've been there
I'm like, Karina, shut the fuck fuck
No,
up.
I've
like, stop.
I've been there before where like the homie makes it worse.
Yes.
And you're just like, dude, shut the
I'm like,
fuck
this is
up.
my car.
I know exactly.
I'm like,
you're getting all the charges.
I love creative. I love creative.
She's like, fuck you, and we got a pistol in the back, and we got
This is one of
Percocets.
our favorite, like my funniest memories with her. But this just shows like how our friendship was, because she did not give a fuck. Like, she just didn't take shit or anything.
No,
she was like, this is stupid shit. Like, whatever.
I had friends like that.
Yeah, and
you'd have to like give them the side of like, dude, bro.
But that cop ended up calling my fucking mom.
Oh wow.
She's like, I'm gonna call you, because I was underage and I was driving with my friends.
Oh
in the
yeah,
car.
yeah. You told me about this, and
And
like
she
you're
was
not
like,
supposed to.
and she was like, I'm gonna have to call your mom, and like you're gonna have to leave without your friends in the car. They're gonna have to find a ride home. So they had to call their moms to get picked up. I was like, so
They're like,
fucking
hey,
stupid.
Riley got pulled over. Can you pick me up?
And my mom was like, as soon as I got home, she's like, you're fucking done. I was like, no.
Let's take these shots really quick.
Please, mother, no.
Cheers to actually, cheers to fucking, I don't know,
The lady
Cops.
cops.
lady cops, I guess.
We
Thank
love you.
Thank you guys.
I understand. I'd probably be the same way.
You know what this reminds me of? Riley and I said this story a long time ago, but I'm not sure in how long we've, like how many of you guys have heard this story, because we only said it once, but I forgot what time or how many times. I've been to the Bay Area, a couple times to visit Riley already. I think this was like the first or second.
It was the first.
The first time ever.
Definitely the first.
I went to go visit Riley in the Bay Area, right?
So stupid.
And it's like, no one in Riley's family really smokes other than me. So it's like when
my sister does.
Well, okay, but I don't want to put anyone on blast. But I'm
No,
just saying,
she
like
doesn't
in
care.
general, it's like, when I go there, I'm the one going like, babe, can I go smoke? Babe, can I go smoke or whatever? So anyways, we're hanging out at night one day, and I'm like telling Riley, I'm like, I want to go smoke. And I was like, let's just go outside of your parents' house. And she's like, nah, I don't want to be disrespectful. Let's go to a parking lot. I'm like, all right, let's go to this parking lot. So we go to this like church parking lot.
We went to a church parking lot.
Yeah, we went to
my idea.
We went to a church parking lot. Riley's driving because it's her area. She knows better, right? She knows all the streets and all that stuff. So she just wants to drive. So she's driving. I'm in the passenger seat.
It's late as fuck though.
Yeah, it's like
that's why I went to the church.
It's like 1 a.m. or something like that. And anyway, so we're like parked in this parking lot. And I have this rolling tray on my lap, and I'm just rolling up a spliff right now, right? And as I'm rolling it up, fucking a flashlight just fucking like comes in,
and we're like low-key faded, or I think we're kind of drunk.
Oh my god, dude, no.
It's literally like right down the street from my
it
house.
literally is. It's like right around the corner.
Right around the corner. And
a cop basically just pulls
us over.
He starts putting his light in, and then
this is like almost 3 years ago.
And then the cop is just like looking in, and then he instantly sees the rolling tray, all the weed and the spliff and all this shit. And then what's funny is, he was like leaning.
How you guys doing tonight?
He was leaning in to look at you and talk to you, but I could tell from his vision he couldn't see my face. He could only see that my lap and my rolling tray, and you could see I was a guy.
Yeah.
And you were with the guy, and we're like, we're in the parking lot about to smoke.
I was like, we're just chilling. He's like, everybody's just chilling.
I know, bro. This guy
was like, everybody's just chilling, huh?
And
I was like, oh my fucking god. He's gonna harass us today, huh?
It reminded me of being back in high school, like how he was acting towards us. Like, because he was like, what are you guys doing? Riley's like, oh, we're just chilling. He's like, yeah, everyone's just chilling nowadays, huh? So funny. Like, we're just all chill. Like, I was like, bro, what a dickhead.
Yeah,
dude.
I was like, so. And he didn't really do anything. He was just kind of being weird.
He was a professional dickhead, but he ended up just telling us like,
go,
he
leave.
He kind of clowned us. He's like, find a better spot next time or something.
He's like
that.
You guys don't have a better spot to hang out at
the church parking lot.
Yeah, he's like, out of all the places you're gonna hang out, the church parking lot. Like, he was shaming us. I was like,
it was fucking shitty and terrible.
I was like, well, out of all the people, I'm gonna fucking harass us.
I thought it was kind of funny. I was like,
exactly. It was a good story to tell, but
in the moment, I really thought
I remember him too.
I remember feeling instantly bad because I was like, Riley could get a DUI right now just because we have weed in the car. Really, it's like they could do that. And then
they're chill.
But I was thinking in my head, I was like, all I have to do. We didn't even have the chance to have this conversation, but all you have to do, babe, in any situation like that is blame it on the passenger, especially if it's me. I'm serious. Like, if we have a stench of weed or alcohol in the car, well, it's not, we're not drinking and driving, but a weed in the car, you gotta be like this. I've done this before. You gotta say, dude, my homie's a huge pothead. I don't even smoke weed. He just smoked a blunt, and I picked him up, and he stinks like weed. And he has to be like, yeah.
Fuck that cop though.
Yeah, I know. He was
just
a fucking
chilling,
asshole.
huh?
I know. He was a professional asshole.
Yeah, that's how the cops are out there.
All right, guys.
Because there's not a lot of shit going on.
One thing I kind of wanted to talk about is because I feel like we have a little behind the scenes knowledge.
Oh shit.
Is the whole Blueface Krishan situation.
Let's get into
where
it.
that was very unexpected for me as a day. Where that
Same. Well, no, it was unexpected for everybody because so a couple weeks prior, I think almost a month prior, Sharp did the Blue Girls Club interviews again, and then at the end, Blueface came on, and Gina and Sharp kind of started asking him a couple questions, but they had to wrap it up because Sharp had more interviews. So Sharp was like, "We're gonna bring you back. Like, let's do our own interview because I really want to talk to you."
Okay.
And so then
it's supposed to be just Blueface and Sharp.
So you know how Sharp only comes like damn near once a month kind of thing, and does like
he doesn't live in LA.
Exactly. Yeah. So he does a bunch of like videos in one day, and so that one day that he like books out, Blueface was on the calendar with Gina, and so I was like, oh, this is gonna be really good. And then that day Yuri was there too for the news. I was like, yay, Yuri gets to be here too.
Was I doing the news or the
you were doing the
Fulcrum
news.
interview?
No, you were doing the
okay,
news.
so I had done the news, and usually it's like if there's like 4 or 5 hours. This has happened before, where I go to the office early, and Riley's there all day now, and I don't only have to be there for certain times, and like I'll go there hella early, and I'll leave, and I'll just dip, and then I'll go home, do other things, then I'll come back to pick up Riley. But this day there was only like 3 hours in which that Riley had to be there, and then like we would have to leave together. So I was thinking for me to go home and then come back 4 times, I was like, it's not worth it. I was like,
because no, you end the news at like 2, and then you have to come back at like 6.
Yeah, so
or 5.
It was probably even earlier this day, but I was like,
you might as well stay.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna stay, and I brought my Nintendo Switch with me because I knew this was gonna happen, and then
okay, so then Blueface shows up, and then all of a sudden, like, I get to the back where I'm supposed to be working, and I'm starting to set up, and I see Krishan, and I'm just like, oh fuck!
And
like,
no one expected.
Nobody expected her. I
think even Blueface didn't expect.
After
the
interview, I asked Gina. I was like, dude, did you know that she was coming? She's like, nope, had no clue. And I was like, dude, you guys, like, this is gold right here.
Yeah,
because like Sharp was already like super asking about Krishan like during that Blue Girls Club interview, and like their relationship and shit, and he was like, I feel like she really does love you though, you know, kind of thing. And so like it was cool that she came through on this interview, and so I was like, I know this is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But before, Yuri and I were like, this is for sure all for show.
Wait, also before we get into that, I was gonna say how like as I saw Krishan and Blueface come in, they're like mega viral right now. Where like everything they do is like insane. And then like I'm not a full-time editor at No Jumper anymore, so I don't spend all day every day there like I used to. Now I go there a couple times a week if that, and like so I don't see all the guests coming in all the time, right? And then like I feel like you get almost like desensitized to the fact that like every day you come in and then you're just like, oh, this person, that person, this person, that person, this legendary person from my childhood, this legendary person from my childhood. Okay, what's next tomorrow? And like every day is like just crazy.
When I saw her face, I was like, oh fuck!
No, and
like this is gonna be crazy.
And that's what I was thinking is like when I was there and like I was like already playing my Nintendo Switch. I see Blueface there. I was like, okay, that's already as expected. Then I saw Krishan come in. I was like, damn. I was getting a little flashback. I was like, this is just like the ordinary life. I just being at No Jumper. You just
and I was like, I'm running this.
Coming in all the time.
I get to run this shit right now. Like, this is crazy.
But honestly, from my perspective, guys, and Riley and I were talking about this, where when they first came in, right before they went live, I was sensing some sort of like normal tone from her, right? It seemed like very normal. Everyone's talking.
They were like very happy.
It was chill, very happy. All this stuff. They were filming a little music video.
Yeah, we started off filming the music video.
Yeah, there was like a little music video being filmed, and then as soon as we were like, all right, podcast is starting, and like I noticed that this like tension started between Blueface and Krishan, where in my head I came to the conclusion or assumption where I was like thinking, oh, I feel like they hype it up, like this little, friction that they have. I feel like they hype it up for the camera because it makes good media, good content. And I was thinking in my head as I was like playing the game and listening, I was like, I understand now. They hype it up, right? And then the fucking interview continued, and I was just proven wrong completely. I was like, oh no, never mind. It's not hyped up at all. This is
real life.
This is real life shit. This is kind of insane.
Yeah, I mean, I felt the same way too, because I felt like they started the show. They're coming on this interview together. I'm like, this is for sure just like kind of an act.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But then as soon as the interview started and like the tension started kind of rising and they were kind of asked about certain things that have happened on the show, and it painted Krishan in a worse light than Blueface. I'm gonna say that for sure. Mm-hmm. Cause she threw like a cup, but
she wouldn't give any answers to like any of the questions. She would give like very one-worded no, I don't want to talk about that, or like whatever, like she would give like very like one-worded or short answers to things where like to those types of questions you got to give like a full ass response, and then the person who's interviewing you, they're not, it's like they can be like, oh, I disagree, but whatever, let's move on. But you got to give them some sort of answer. She was giving no answer really to any of the stuff that they were asking her, to be honest. But no, I was getting that vibe too, that like I was like, oh, I think this is a little bit hyped up in the beginning, but then no, it started getting insane. And then also I think I talked about this on Disconnected or some other live stream, but you guys couldn't hear it. But when she was taken outside, as you guys saw in the vlog and the podcast, after she was taken outside, they continued the podcast, and we heard like very loud banging all over the building for like 20 minutes afterwards. It was just like the strongest kicks you could imagine, like just all over, like here like
no. And then towards the end of the podcast, she wanted to come back on the podcast.
Oh yes.
And the assistant, the one that was seen throwing the water bottles on the camera equipment on the like GoPros that are waterproof.
I have something to say about that.
And towards the end, she was like, Krishan needs like a girl to talk to. She's like talking to me, and she's like, are you the only girl available? And she looks at me up and down, and she's like, actually, she probably doesn't want to talk to you. And I was just like, damn, because I like look bummy, or like I'm a white girl, like what? And I was just like, I don't want to talk to her, first of all, because I'm fucking scared. She might beat my ass. Like,
yeah.
Fuck no. But I was just like, that rubbed me the fucking wrong way. That was weird.
What's funny about her is I'd had no idea about the water bottle situation where, if you guys saw the vlog footage, there was like two cameramen that came with the Blueface crew that they were like his cameramen, and she threw water on their camera equipment. One of which was a GoPro. It's fine. The other one was DSLR. That's fucked up. And like
she was threatening to do it to our campus.
Yeah, and she was threatening to do it to Trevor. And like I said, I didn't know about the situation until after. But during the whole recording of the podcast, after the whole podcast had ended and the situation had like fizzled down, I was just chilling by myself. You were doing something else or whatever, like work related stuff, and I was chilling playing my game, and I was talking to Donnie. Shout out to Donnie. Me and Donnie were just having a conversation, normal conversation. Donnie does work for No Jumper, right? But he's not like some like manager or like content producer. He
doesn't edit.
We're just like or edit. Like he doesn't manage any type of content thing, from my knowledge. Like he just works, for No Jumper, like behind the scenes shit. And me and him, and same thing here. It's like I'm no longer behind the scenes producer or like editor or anything. Like I'm just like a
online
camera
host.
I guess guy who's just there at the moment.
On-camera host.
And then me and Donnie are just chilling there having this conversation. And that girl who threw the water comes up to me and Donnie. And this is where I thought this got kind of funny, hypocritical, where she comes up to us and she's like, hey, you guys don't have like a content production manager here? She's like, you guys could have had hella viral clips right now. You guys could have told them what to do right now, blah, blah. And she was telling us all of our downfalls and how we could have juiced more content out of the situation and instigated more drama, and how we missed out on this opportunity, that opportunity, and who's in control of this, because it feels like you guys need someone like. I felt like she was trying to put herself in that position, right? And Donnie and I are just like looking at each other and looking at her like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? Like, okay, we just kind of like ignored her. She walked away. And then I saw later that she was mad that people were filming Krishan and she was throwing water on her on their cameras. And I was thinking like, why are you getting mad at us for not getting enough viral content when we're just some random dudes. You don't even know who we
No,
are.
it was even
And then you're throwing water on these
Right.
guys who are actually filming the viral content. I'm like, what is your thinking process here?
And it was even funnier because they try to get Gina out of the interview, and she's like, "What?" Like they're like, "Krishan needs to talk to you," and she's like, "What?" Like, because she was still conducting the interview, and it was like, she was like, she doesn't want to talk to you, blah blah blah. Like there was nobody else to talk to, and they try to get Gina, and Gina was just like, "I can't leave right now." Like,
yeah, no, it was very
it was
interesting.
just crazy.
But as soon as that happened, I was like, dude, this is gonna go incredibly insane, too. Like everyone's gonna go crazy.
But the crazy thing is, during the beginning of the interview, she was very emotional, and Sharp questioned her, like,
Yes.
why are you very emotional right now?
I think before we even recorded, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, before we.
She was getting emotional.
Yeah. Before we even recorded, she started crying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like Riley was saying, Sharp was like, "Why are you crying?"
And then she was like, "It's either I'm on my period or I'm pregnant." And then he was like, "I'm sorry, sweetheart, but
He's like,
you can't be pregnant on your period." And then Gina was like, "I get what she's saying." She's like, "Either I'm about to start my period or I'm pregnant right now."
But the way she said it, she made it.
I get it.
She made
I know,
it.
but
She made it
that's why it
seem
was
like
so funny.
She made it seem like it's either the effects of my period right now or I'm pregnant. And he's like, "That's impossible."
But I guess she is, because she just posted a bunch of positive pregnancy tests.
Yes, and Blueface says that he's like, from my knowledge, he's like, she slept with 10 plus different men, so he's like, I don't think this is my baby.
But today, and then he said that they were not together or whatever.
Yeah,
but today, I guess it's his birthday. And she posts a picture of his cake that she got him. Happy birthday, Blue. And it's like a picture of them, kind of like Fairly Odd Parents characters.
Yeah.
And it's like her kissing him, and he's like,
oh my god! I'm telling. I feel.
And then like he like started. I saw this like post where it's like he like stabs her on the cake.
Oh my god!
And like starts cutting it.
Dude, I feel like
I'm just like, this is too much.
We've had a lot of people come into No Jumper where it's so hard to tell, are they
being
trolling
real,
or are they being real? And then we see that whole situation unfold, and then now you're telling me this cake thing. I'm like, now I'm questioning everything I was just thinking.
Exactly.
I'm like, what is going on?
And then we're watching their show. Me and his sister have been watching her show.
Yeah.
And we're just like, fuck. Like, we can't tell what's real and what's not.
A lot of nipples in that show.
That's a different show.
Oh, okay. Sorry. What is that show?
Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah, I fucking walked in on a Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Oh, don't act like you're mad about it.
I really, dude, I was just like...
Yuri saw a whole lot of titties.
It was like a line of girls with all of their titties out, and I'm just walking past the TV, I'm like...
Shout out Zeus.
I'm like, what is going on? They're like, oh, it's Jocelyn's Cabaret, they do this. I'm like, okay, whatever. What if I was watching that show?
I would hope you're not watching that. Well, okay, that's what I was gonna say. So after we started watching the Blueface Krishan show, the next morning I wake up and your sister's like, I'm watching Jocelyn's Cabaret. Like, she just started the season. Like, I think she was on the first episode as soon as I woke up. And I'm like half asleep making our coffee, and I'm like, my eyes are like peeling open, like making our coffee, and I like look up at the TV and I just see like big ass fake titties on the screen, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? I was so like shocked. So then the fact that you said that later on, I was just dying. 'Cause that morning I was like, I looked at the screen like probably the same as you, like you just kind of like glanced over and you like looked at it and you're just like, like those they're just titties on
it was just
screen.
out of nowhere.
It's out of nowhere.
That's all. It's like, don't act like I saw go like, oh sweet ass.
No, it's
titty.
it's really out of nowhere. What? She was just chilling and it was just like,
yeah, it was interesting. I felt like I was like at a nude beach.
It was fun. You know.
But speaking about I think we covered everything, the Blueface situation, but speaking about the Krishan period thing that she was talking about, guys, I checked Google, and apparently I'm 28 years old right now.
I hope you really get this.
And my period hasn't started
You're
yet.
a late bloomer.
I'm a late bloomer apparently, but I checked Google, guys, and it says that men get periods as well. So I'm 28 years old right now. I'm waiting. I don't know when it's gonna start. I hope it doesn't, but I see what Riley has to go through all the time. Seems like a terrible experience. Your stomach hurts. Like you're emotional. You yell at me. It's like all this crazy. Imagine I was like that.
I really hope you start menstruating out of your penile gland.
Google says it's gonna happen, so it's like
I'm
waiting on it.
Scrotum.
What age does it start for girls?
As little as probably 8 years old now.
So I'm 20 years late.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
You're a late bloomer, like I said.
Do you think it's the rock star? Like it's preventing
Probably.
my menstrual?
Piss.
It's the bull piss? Yeah, well, all right.
It's the taurine.
The taurine's preventing my fucking menstrual process from starting. But yeah, apparently, guys, yeah, Google, shout out to you, Ain't Hartful, for posting this. I double checked it. It's true. Google says that men can get periods. I haven't started mine yet, but I'm waiting on it. As soon as I start, I'll do a 24-hour period stream. Or maybe like a week.
You're going to shove a tampon up your
wherever it goes. Or wherever the blood comes from, that's where the tampon goes, I guess.
Trying a tampon for the first time stream.
No.
Educational.
Hell no, dude. Well, I thought it was a random little piece of news.
I thought that was a random little piece of news. Wait, talk about it.
That's all I had to say. Is I'm just waiting on it.
So what's this article? Who
It's
talked about it?
I just said You Ain't Hartful posted this thing saying that Google says that men can have periods, and I was like, I've reposted some You Ain't Hartful articles, and I've had people DM me saying, "Wow, Yuri, you fucking reposted this bullshit. What's going on with you?" And I recheck them, and it's always fucking true what he posts. I think there's been one time in which it's been like a little bit over exaggeration, but this one I literally went to Google, typed it in, "Can men have periods?" It says, "Yep." I was like, I'm late, I guess. I don't know. That's all I have to say about that. You're pregnant. Or I'm pregnant.
You might be pregnant.
Yeah, I think that one's possible as well. But in other Instagram news, this one, okay, so
Yuri's been
invested in this.
Dying to talk about this.
So you know what I've noticed? You know, like I said, I'm 28 years old, and I've seen the internet kind of like change, and I noticed that back in the day, I don't know, 2008, 9, 10, like things that went viral on Google or whatever, like a lot of searches that happened was like people searching up PlayStation 10, iPhone 20, like remember like people would search that type of stuff and find crazy images and believe them, and like you would see these weird things, and sometimes you would see like man is floating video like caught on real camera, like on a YouTube video in 2010 or 8, and you think like it was actually real. And I feel like ever since the world of social media, where we're all overexposed to information, we can detect bullshit very quickly, and we know when things are real or not real. And a lot of us basically already know a lot of the shit that already exists in the world, and like it's hard to surprise anyone nowadays, right? But No Jumper posted this this thing, and a couple other people posted this thing where it says electrically charged rocks discovered in Congo. And I could see a video like this, be going viral in like 2008, 2010, like I said, where you see these random magical thing that you're like, oh, this man's floating, this monk is floating, while counting beads. It's like it's real, but I didn't think that in 2023 I would be questioning myself whether something's real or not. So guys, look at this. Look at this video. So he shows this very weird rock. It kind of looks like it looks like a red rock covered in like mercury or some like shiny silver or something like that. And he takes these like two wires. The ends of the wires are connected to a little light bulb, like a LED bulb, and the other wires are just exposed. And he like connects them to the rock, and boom, the light bulb works.
Energy, baby.
So. Yeah. And then he like disconnects it, reconnects it, and he shows that this rock, for some reason, is providing electricity to this light bulb, and it's like working, right? And then there's this other video of this person who's holding a rock, touching another rock, and it looks like it's welding. Interesting shit, right? And this gets a little bit hocus pocusy right now, where I can't tell if that's real or not. I really don't know.
I feel like it's real.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
And if it is real, I've talked about this a lot, where Joe Rogan introduced me through his interview with Graham Hancock to the book Fingerprints of the Gods, and then there's like another one. I forgot what. There's like he's written like multiple books, but one of them was like Fingerprints of the Gods. I have like over here somewhere. I'm a big fan of Graham Hancock and his teachings, or well, not his teaching, but like his ideas, where he basically says that in school we learn that civilization goes back like about 5,000 years or like 7,000 years to the age of when we think the pyramids were built, right? And Graham Hancock basically talks about how civilization goes way back further, and not only that, he believes that civilization has gone to our level of like technology and everything that we do nowadays, but probably even further. But we go through these like cataclysmic events that basically destroy all of the world, and people have to rebuild from scratch. And he has like these theories that this has happened multiple times, and now who knows if that's true. That's a whole nother aspect. But the one thing that I really 100% believe in is the idea that in school they tell you that civilization goes back about 5,000 or 7,000 years, or maybe I'm not sure how long, maybe 12. I think even 12 is too much for them. I think they say like 7 at most, but they tell you it goes back that amount of years. That's when we started farming and living together as a civilization, all that stuff. But there's hella examples, and there's recent examples that have been discovered that prove that wrong, that humans have been living in civilizations and practicing agriculture and using tools for up to like 15, 20, even 50,000 years. And there's probably going to be more evidence that goes, that says it's even further back. But I was showing Riley this one video where this one dude, I don't know what part of Africa he's from, but he's like this dude from Africa, and he was like reacting to this video where he said that he's like I've heard stories that we've had pre-civilizations that use electricity around here, and he's like no one believes us because we have nothing to prove it, but he's like, I've heard stories from my grandpa or my dad like that we used to use electricity back in the day, in the olden age or whatever, and like there's no evidence of it. And then he's like saying that this rock video is kind of an example of electricity being used in a different way. You know what I mean? Like not the casual way that we explain it or the way that we practice it or use it.
But it just shows that there's energy within
somehow
our elements.
Yeah, and I bet you I still don't know if this is real or not, but if this is real, there's some explanation to this. There's gonna be some scientist
We're earthbenders.
Oh my god, no, I bet you there's gonna be some scientist who says like,
no, this is earthbending.
I bet you it's gonna be some dude who explains like, hey, this is a rock that's composed of these 4 different minerals that when they react with each other at this type of when you have this amount of them of each, it makes electricity. Like there's some explanation for this somehow. You know what I mean? Like some geologist could explain this, but I want to see a geologist reacting to this and seeing. I want to see Cody's lab react to this because he's a geologist, and see if this is actually real or not, if this is possible.
Let it be Toph.
Oh my god.
I am the Cabbage Lord.
Are you crazy?
No.
No.
We just finished the Avatar series.
We're not done talking about the rocks, babe.
Well, I'm talking about Toph because this is some Toph shit.
Well, they don't talk about rocks having energy in Avatar.
That's Toph's whole thing.
No. If you pay attention, they talk about how when you're bending. Okay, this is getting really nerdy. They talk about how when you're bending the energy within yourself, not the energy in the world.
Well, she's bending the rocks, so.
But she's not making electricity from the rocks. There's no example.
She probably could.
Oh my god. Okay, now you're making my whole theory seem even more speculative by introducing Avatar into it. Either way, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this rock video is fucking fake, or do you guys think it's real? Number one, I'm sorry to do this transition again because I know it makes a sound every time, but this second video I'm a little bit suspicious of because one end of the rock is not completely in picture, and who knows what this quote-unquote rock is made out of. It's like there's many ways to fake videos, and a lot of people do fake videos just for viral content, so who knows if this is fake or not. But this one's hard to believe. This whole thing of like 2 rocks touching each other making this welding effect, that's kind of like, I feel like I'm more speculative about this one, but this one is interesting and also makes me very speculative. But it's like, what's going on in here that makes it work? You know what I mean? Like this also could have, you don't even know, this also could be literally a fucking battery covered in fucking 2 different types of foil, and he just connects the wire to those 2 different types of foil that make it look like it works.
All right, now look up a video of Toph bending her way out of the carriage.
That's her bending metal. I don't want to get that.
Exactly.
No. That's different. I don't want to get too deep into the lore of Avatar because we're gonna lose viewers at that point. I know people already call me nerdy at that. That's already too far.
Well,
there's a whole.
I'm just saying it's some top shit.
I agree, but wait, hold on. Look, what's his name?
My favorite character.
One of my favorite rappers, X-Rated, commented, said, "They done found vibranium." What the fuck is vibranium? I've heard that. I've seen that in the comment sections a couple times. What is vibranium?
I don't know.
Is it a vibrator metal?
I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, I don't know. Do you hope it's real, or do you hope it's like would you be excited if this is real? Would you be like,
cool?
Wow, that's so cool?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I don't know. I'm very speculative. I'm sure that within the next week we're gonna see a couple videos. Pyrocynical is gonna make a video. What's his name? Moisty Critical is gonna make a video.
We can't have fun. It has to be all factual.
They're saying Riley over it. You don't like talking about rocks, babe?
Well, I'm trying to make it fun where I'm bringing in the Avatar lore.
No,
and you're shutting me down.
No, it's fun when we talk about the government pushing conspiracies of us only having civilization go back so far when it actually goes back further. Is that not fun?
Okay.
Oh my God. Shut up.
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding. But actually, I did want to talk about that. Guys, I think it's taken 2 months or a month and a half, right? I don't know. We were
definitely taking like 2 months.
It's the 22nd today, and we were watching before Christmas. But basically, Riley and I have finished the Avatar: The Last Airbender series. How do you feel about it, babe? Now that you're done.
I have to say that the last season was lagging. Like, that was like a very long season. The second season was the best season. It was so good. Like, I actually was invested in all the characters. I loved every single episode, I think, of the second season. Mm-hmm. The first season was a low-key boring, but towards the end, it started getting interesting. The second season was definitely their best, I think. And then the third season, it was kind of trash. I'm not going to lie.
I disagree.
It was kind of trash, except for the last episode. Last episode was really good.
Well, you know what? What's really...
It kind of just dragged on. And, like, it was just too much battle shit. Like, it's where, like, I love the story. Like, I love, like, to know the characters. Like, I don't want to know... I don't like the battles. I
know you don't like the battles, but, they focus more on the storyline of the people, of the characters, of like more in depth with their family, the relationships in the third season, which I like a lot. But you know what I did notice, and a lot of the YouTube channels I've been watching where they react to Avatar shit, or where they talk about Avatar in the series or whatever it is, they always talk about how it was an idea that was pitched to Nickelodeon, right? And then any idea that's pitched to like a TV fucking production company, like, Nickelodeon or Disney or whatever, like Disney Channel or wherever you want to have your cartoon played, they're always just like, oh yeah, we'll give you money to pay the actors, pay the animator. Like, you need hella money to fucking actually make a show. It's so expensive to do that by yourself. Like, no one can afford it. You need a production company that is able to do this and make money out of it. So, because, they have to pay all the voice actors and everyone, all that stuff. So it's like, they tell you like, oh yeah, we'll give you the money to do it. But you can't have any punching. You can't have any sexual stuff. Their skirts have to be this high. They throw in all these fucking rules for you to work around. And then also not only that, but I saw them talking about how like the Nickelodeon company, like they had like hell adjustments they wanted to make to Avatar, where like the last episode, how he fights him in his old wardrobe, you know what I mean, like how he dresses like a monk. They wanted him to have like a whole fucking suit on, like a fucking dragon skeleton suit on that he finds in a forest or something like that. And the Avatar creators were like, no, they're like, it's not a show like that, like it's supposed to be a little bit different. Like, so they were always battling over the artistic direction of it, you know what I mean? So that's what I really realized in stuff like that is like, it's hard to get the actual artist fucking, idea out on the screen, because you have to deal with all these different fucking people trying to mix in their opinions in that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. Did you actually enjoy the series though once it ended?
Hell yeah! That's why I was like super invested to watch all their like Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, we were watching hella of that.
I just love listening to the voice actors and like hearing their perspective, because voice actors have like a totally different experience than like real life action actors.
Yeah, it's different.
It's definitely different, but it's like they have such like a cult fan base where it's like you all love these characters in an anime sense, and like you're seeing the voices of these characters. Like I think it's really cool. Like I think I respect it so much because it's like you can hear their actual voices, and then like you can see them break into their character really quick, and you're just like, fuck, like they're really fucking talented. Like
it's really weird
it's
when
cool.
a couple,
it's super cool.
A couple of the actors we listen to, they have a normal voice, and then they have like a voice they get into to make the character, right? Where the voice of Sokka, his normal voice is just
Zuko.
Zuko, sorry, not Sokka, but Zuko. The voice actors, of
the
Zuko.
Avatar.
His voice is just that voice. It's like,
sorry, uncle. I really want to go. I have to go defeat the Avatar.
Oh my god, no.
Sorry, uncle.
Really?
And he just sounds like that.
He can't
the whole time, and he's actually the character Rufio from Hook, the Robin Williams movie.
Oh, really?
Peter Pan kind of.
And is
movie.
It the same voice?
Hell yeah. Well, I feel like his character for the most part is kind of silent, but I think he does have a couple lines, but yeah, he has that same voice.
I was thinking he's kind of limited, where the girl actor, she does like multiple voices, and she changes her voice to fit the character, where he just talks how he is.
He does, and he just sounds like him.
And he has this like very unique fucking voice to him. You know what I mean? I don't know, it's very interesting. But you know what's funny is, as Riley and I were watching all those videos about the voice actors, it triggered a memory where, like, I think about a year ago or 2 years ago, there was a huge controversy in Hollywood where a lot of the voice actors were protesting, saying that they were getting paid enough money because if you're a huge fan of, for example, Avatar, the real life series, those actors are getting paid millions of dollars. They all got mansions, Bugattis, all this shit. They got diamonds. Like, they get paid hella money, right? But if you have the same series, has the same amount of views and sales and like merch buys and all that stuff, but you have voice actors, they get paid like 1/50th of the amount. It's like a crazy drastic drop in the amount of money voice actors get paid compared to real actors. And there's an argument between how real actors are more physical. You know what I mean? We just watched that whole documentary about that one actor where he said that his body got all fucked up and he had back surgeries and all this shit, where as a real actor, yes, you're putting your body on the line and you're actually physically acting. You're probably physically getting tired. But as for how much money the company makes, it's still the same amount of money. You should be compensated fairly.
No, and especially if you're a classic character, like
exactly.
The girl who plays Azula, she's Vicky from Fairly Odd Parents, who's like obviously their staple character. I mean, like at the end of their theme song, "Ha twerp," like that's her, and she probably gets paid nothing. And she's Azula on fucking Airbender. Like, she plays two main villains in very high profitable shows.
And you see them at these Comic Cons, and they're not wearing no diamond chains or anything.
They're like super frugal.
Not frugal, but they will look like they're your school teacher.
Exactly.
And you'll not even like notice.
They're just chill people.
But you can notice a fucking movie actor from a mile away. But them, you're
fresh facial.
Exactly.
Makeup done by professionals.
And when Riley and I were watching those videos, I was like, when I first saw the whole thing a year or two ago about the voice actors not getting paid fairly, like, I never had a personal experience. I didn't know too much about that world to even really care too much, I guess, or even understand too much about the argument. But after watching all that and seeing how these people actually look and how huge their roles are and how huge the fan base is and how much money the company makes, I'm like,
how fast they could switch their voices.
it's kind of true.
Like, we can do it like this, and we can do it like this.
Yeah.
And we can do it like this, and we're going to do it like this. Like, it's crazy.
But it's kind of true. But it's kind of true, like they get underpaid. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I kind of do agree with it.
It's really like that's real talent where they actually can give you a million different kind of characters for the person you want.
What's her name? What's her name? Vicky. She does like 50 characters.
She has hella characters. She's Daphne too in Scooby-Doo.
What do they call her? They called her like, she's like the most legendary in the voice acting game because she does the most characters. She does like 50 plus. But imagine, dude, if you're doing 50 plus characters, if you were making enough money, like she should be able to just do Daphne and just be like, I don't gotta do shit else. She has to do 50 characters, bro. That's insane.
It was so cool, the video that we watched, because she was like, hi, I'm blah blah blah, and I play Daphne and Scooby Doo, and I play Azula and blah blah blah, blah and I play this, blah, blah, blah. Like she like changed all her voices like this and this and this and this, and it's weird. That's real talent right there.
Imagine if like her husband was telling her like, hey, moan in Daphne's voice for me.
Okay. Why do you have to make it gross? I'm peeing.
Oh, already?
I have to.
I think you peed like 10 minutes ago.
Do you really?
Okay, sorry. You're suffering from a thing I haven't gone through yet, so I can't I can't blame you. But babe, I'll be going through your shoes very soon. All right, guys. I'm gonna open up the chat while Riley's using the restroom. But we do have a hell more topics to get through as well. Let me see what you guys are saying. Rick and Morty got canceled. Yes, I did see that. And also, I was talking about that the other day, how the creator of Rick and Morty came out with that video game called like Realer Than Life, or like Real of Life. I forgot what it was called, but he came out with a video game recently, and it was going viral. A lot of streamers were playing that game on stream. And I purchased it to play it on stream, and I got like maybe 5-10 minutes to the game, and I said I would like play it again some other day. It's called High on Life, and he got canceled, for basically being an inappropriate fucking weirdo to girls about like a week ago, and now I feel like I just wasted my money. Like, can I go to Steam and like tell them like, hey, I want a refund on this. I didn't realize I was buying from a fucking predator. Can I get a refund for buying from a creepo that I didn't know was a creepo? It's like, will Steam refund me? I feel like they should. I'm not sure, but that's a good question to bring up. But a lot of people, I'm sure, are not playing that game anymore, even though they just spent like $50 or $40 on it. What was that? Oh, let's take the shots real quick. But what was that thing I was gonna bring up? Also, before we take the shots, I have to give an update, guys. I did not go to the P.O. box this Friday. Apologies. I'm super sorry. I was at the office the whole day. Actually, no. I was
hungover.
God, you see, dude.
This is why we're not drinking throughout the week anymore, guys. We're not going to do shots for donations.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just too messed up on Friday. I did the new stream, though, but I was not feeling good during it. Either way, I forgot to go to the P.O. box. I will go to the P.O. box this upcoming Thursday and Friday, and next episode of 10 Talks, which, guys, I think there's a 90% chance of it being on the Harmonious Man Clips channel. So if you guys are watching the stream right now, and you guys love watching 10 Talks, and you guys want to continue watching it, I believe, guys, that there's a 90% chance that our next episode, and from here on out, we will start streaming and posting this episode on the Harmonious Man Clips channel. So if you guys haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to that channel if you guys want to continue consuming and watching the content that we provide and I provide. But
yes.
So yeah, the only reason why I'm saying there's a 90% chance is because if I appeal and they just tell me, oh, your channel's remonetized again, we're going right back to normal.
Going right back to normal.
Same old. But if I don't get remonetized by next Sunday, basically we're gonna stream on the Harmonious Man Clips channel from now on, and the Clips channel will be probably renamed to Harmonious Man Streams or something along those sorts. But thank you so much, Scotty.
Also subscribe to Riley G. For if we ever need it. Riley
was saying she wants to offer up her channel. So we could potentially fucking stream there, because your channel's old enough where it's not retroactively affected by that rule. It's funny because YouTube retroactively affects. I mean, their rules are retroactive. Like any old videos of yours apply to new rules, but not for streaming. It's kind of funny.
I tried to show Yuri this yesterday to
I didn't believe you.
Him, and I took this horrible picture of myself.
Oh, who saw that?
I don't know. There was one person waiting in the chat for me to go.
Riley accidentally scheduled the stream last night, or I don't know, a couple nights ago, and it was
I think it was last night.
It was like an up nose angle of her going like. Ugh.
I was just like, I'm like being stupid because I didn't think it was actually in a post.
And it posted. I'm surprised we didn't see it anywhere.
I was low-key sweating.
Either way, yeah, subscribe to Riley G. We might turn that into another channel as well. I'll apprehend that channel from Riley. Either way.
You could take it. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, really? Oh, you want to take these shots? Do you give a fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this next topic I want to get into, shout out to Lush for providing it. It's a strange topic.
Oh, Lord.
I never thought we would have to talk about something like this, but it's an interesting...
Bae.
It's an interesting...
And we don't have any more Rockstar?
No. You have this. Okay. This is an interesting conversation to be had because I never thought I'd think about. You know, there's we were talking about this the other day off stream, and there's like two different perspectives to it. Where Lush brought this up, and Lush was basically saying like, "Have you heard of that creepy dude who's dating a girl who's I think 20 or 22 years old?" And this girl is like suffering from the same. Oh, she's 23. This girl is suffering from the same thing that Andy Milonakis and what's the other kid's name? Hezbollah. The same thing Hezbollah and Andy Milonakis suffer from is the same thing she suffers from. But it kind of affects people at different ages for some reason. Like Hezbollah, he still looks like he's 4. Andy Milonakis still looks like he's about 18 or maybe 16, 17, and then she still looks like she's 8. And Lush during the news brought up this story where he was like, have you heard of the dude who was dating this girl who was 23, but she was stuck in a 8-year-old's body? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's kind of insane. Like, when we think about Andy Milonakis, I'm not sure anyone's thought about this, but when we think about Andy Milonakis hooking up or dating a chick, you don't think anything about it. You're like, no, he looks old enough. He doesn't look like a child or whatever, blah, blah. When you think about Hezbollah, right, potentially finding a partner and like hooking up, and you think, yeah, everyone deserves love. You know what I mean? Just because you suffer from a disability doesn't mean you don't deserve. Everyone,
exactly.
It's a mental reaction, like in your brain, to want to have a partner. I feel like it's like everyone wants love. Everyone wants to have someone they connect with, all that stuff. And when some people like suffer from a disability, sometimes it makes like forming that connection a little bit more difficult. And when I see someone like Hezbollah, we were talking about how like it might be even harder for him to find a partner who could some people are very shallow, whatever. Like, you have to find someone who's able to look past it and look at the person for who it is, and it's a 20-year-old man who is like a good person potentially. You know what I mean? Like, it is a loving partner or whatever it is. But then you see this story of a 23-year-old man, dating a 23-year-old girl who is stuck in an 8-year-old body. And let me show you guys the photo. This shit is crazy. Like, that looks like his daughter.
Exactly. That's my first thought when you showed me this yesterday. But then once we were diving into it deeper, and she was the same age as this guy, believe.
Yeah, basically they're about the same age.
About the same age.
Yeah, they're like a year or two apart, maybe.
I was just like, no, it's like unfair for her to like not be able to like fall in love or like have a guy that loves her and she falls in love with. Like, what? Why are we judging that? Like, she should.
Everyone deserves
everybody deserves that,
yeah.
and she wants it just as much as the next girl. So
yeah, exactly.
After I was just like, maybe it's not as weird as we're thinking. I don't know.
It's
but
hard.
Maybe I don't know. She just has to be careful. With
that's what I was gonna say.
Because she was on a show. That's the thing. She was on a TV show.
That's what makes it creepier, or not potentially creepy, I guess. Is he found her from a show about her disability. And there's like this video where basically
I don't know if I trust him.
I was kind of repeating a couple of his points, but after we watched this video, Riley and I were agreeing with the points. You know what I mean? Which is like, everyone deserves a chance at love, and just because like someone is like I don't know, like in a wheelchair or something, you're like, it's like, what, you're gonna treat him differently? You're gonna be like, oh, you don't deserve to be with a person. It's like everyone who suffers from a disability should have the same experiences or opportunity to have the same experiences like in any other person, including love or having a relationship.
Exactly.
But when you see a situation like this, it's hard to, you have to be very careful and be like, are you weird or no? Tell me right now. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you say?
What I meant was, I saw the first season of the show. I was really inspired by
Let me get water.
Okay. Really? That's going to take too long, dude.
Really?
Go live your best
It's going to take a minute.
all the happiness you deserve.
Of
course, I did this show knowing I was going to get some hate.
Basically, well, I was just actually kind of realizing about copyright as well because it's TLC. Because I think he did this for TLC. But basically, yeah, that's the thing. And also, she has a tattoo. What the hell?
She's definitely.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's oh my god. Actually, I'm sorry for transitioning again, but here's another photo. if I was a waiter and I was passing by, I'd be like, "Oh, cool! Like, what's your daughter's name? She's so cool. Like, it looks
She's so adorable.
she looks so adorable. What is that? A sushi?" And then like they would probably feel uncomfortable about people's perspectives. Like, "Oh, is that your daughter? So cool! You guys are hiking together." You're like, "Yeah, every couple hikes together." I don't know. It's so strange, dude. But interesting conversation. I didn't even know this was a thing until Lush brought it up. TLC.
They have crazy shows.
Yeah, like how do they do it, dude?
They've always had crazy shows.
The 1,000-pound sisters, like, like, you know what I'm talking about?
John and Kate plus 8.
Oh, the Octomom, like that dude, like
Octomom. 4 Weddings. 4 Weddings is crazy.
I never heard of 4 Weddings.
It's about 4 brides that have 4 weddings around the same day, and they all go to each other's wedding and rank each other's wedding, like on food, entertainment, decor, like all that
So
shit.
they all
And the
go
winner, like who has the biggest score at the end, gets like their all-inclusive honeymoon to a nice place or whatever. But it's just like they're all just judging each other's weddings, and like some of them are like super like just like low budget because like they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And like they're just all judging it like this is trash type shit.
That's a crazy ass show.
Isn't it so sad?
It kind of reminds me of the thing we saw Moisty Critical talking about the other day with the MILF show, where it's like a show about MILFs trying to find love with the younger guys, but all the younger guys are the other MILF sons. So they're all dating guys, but they're all the other girls that they're staying with, they're like their sons. I don't know. It's like how the fuck do you think about that shit? Imagine I told you, babe, like, "Hey, babe, I thought of this crazy stream idea. I'm gonna find a bunch of MILFs to do a dating show, but the MILFs are dating each other's sons." Like, what would you think about me if I pitched that to you?
I'd just be like, damn, that's crazy.
Like, I don't know how like you react to something like that. Like, are you just like, "Oh, sick, cool idea"?
Sick. Sick,
all right.
brethren.
This is a random topic, and I feel like this is something that I feel like a lot of people don't know about because it happens not that often. You know what I mean? Guys, in the world of media and in the world of art and copyright, right? Copyright is like, hey, I invented this, this figurine or this character. I'm copyrighting it to my name. But apparently, there's this rule in copyright where I think it's like if your thing becomes so popular that everyone knows about it, you have like a 72 or 75 year deadline before it becomes public domain. And I'm not sure if that applies to everyone, this public domain rule. I feel like it might. I feel like it's hard to like distinguish between like what's, vile or what's not, I guess. But I think when you copyright something, you have like a 75-year limit of how much you can actually own it until the world, the public can just use your images for whatever they want. And I'm not sure if you guys remember, but this crazy YouTube video came out. Well, I'm not sure if it was on YouTube, but this video came out not too long ago of it was Winnie the Pig. Is that his name?
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. Sorry, Winnie the Pooh. It was like this like weird like alternate version of Winnie the Pooh being this like murderous guy who was like, it was like a horror film of Winnie the Pooh like killing all these people, and that came out the day of Winnie the Pooh becoming public domain. So Winnie the Pooh is older than 75 years old to copyright, and the day it became public domain, this guy released this film that basically he could use the likeness of Winnie the Pooh and not get sued by Disney for it. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is January of 2024, Mickey Mouse is becoming public domain, which I think is a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
All the shows that we watched as kids, like Mickey's Clubhouse and like anything we watched with Mickey Mouse in it, Disney got paid for that. You know what I mean? Like they had to pay Disney like, "Oh, can we use Mickey Mouse?" And then now after 2024, you don't have to pay anyone to use Mickey Mouse. We could fucking make a Tentalks tee that has Mickey Mouse on the front and then sell millions of them a month and not get sued for it, potentially. Yeah. I think that's exactly how it goes.
That's crazy.
Right? Mm-hmm. And the first thing I thought about was Trevor, because he's a huge Disney fan, and he has all this, he has like these like Gucci Mickey Mouse shoes, and I was like, yo, Gucci collabing with Disney making these Mickey Mouse shoes was like a big deal, and like Disney was getting paid for it, but in 2024, it's like anyone could do it legally. You know, anyone could do it now, I guess, but you'd have to suffer cease and desist maybe. But in 2024, it's like legal for everyone to do it. It's kind of interesting.
I was telling Yuri, like, before I met him when I was when I was a senior in high school, and then when I went to college, I was a princess for birthday parties and stuff. But we would have to keep the names like super vague. Like Snow Queen was Elsa
instead of Snow White.
Mermaid Princess was Ariel. Arabian Princess was Jasmine. Like, it was like that. God. But now I wonder if it's gonna, like, they're gonna be able to just kind of call them by their name.
Well, that depends on how long those copyrights are. Every single one of those characters is different. Is an individual copyright, and it depends on when they listed it. But I was like, when I heard this news, I was like, damn, I wonder, you know, I'm sure it's not going to be a fucking dramatic change, but at this point, if you guys ever wanted to use the Mickey Mouse logo or the image of him or whatever it is, you guys, if you had the money to, you can make your own Mickey Mouse show and not get sued for it.
We'll see about that.
I'm pretty sure that's the rules there.
So.
Maybe people let me know in the comment section how stupid I am here, or if I'm actually making a point. But I believe that's what you're capable of doing once it's public domain. Because like I said, so the guy released the film of Winnie the Pooh killing people in like a horror film, and it was like the day that Winnie the Pooh became public domain. So I don't know. And let's see. I think that is all the topics. Men can have periods, blah blah. Yep. Okay. That's about everything, guys. We appreciate you guys so much.
We love you.
This is episode 102 of 10 Talks, and like I said earlier, if you guys enjoy the content, you know what I mean. Like, if you guys don't want to do this, obviously you don't have to. But like, if you guys actually enjoy the content, enjoy being a part of the streams and everything, please also subscribe to Harmonious Man Clips, because I believe at this point we will be transitioning fully to the Harmonious Man Clips channel. There is, like I said, a 10% chance that this channel will be remonetized by next Sunday, but if it's not remonetized by next Sunday, this whole month I will be doing a slow transition into or the next 20 days basically, I'll be doing like a slow transition into using the Harmonious Man Clips channel and maybe another channel permanently from now on, because I have, like I said earlier, like I talked about everything for why this is happening or why I believe this is happening, and it has to do with a lot of things. And like I said earlier, a lot of people would suspect it has to do with the shots and the drinking, all that stuff, but there's many channels out there that are weed channels and are still monetized, and there's and I've talked to, like I said, Swamp Dweller and a couple other people where a lot of people do shots for donations, and a couple of those people have much more subscribers than I do, and they're completely fine. So from his opinion, and like from the perspective I've gained so far, is like, from my opinion again as well, I don't think that would be an issue. I feel like it might be the roof climbing videos. So I think I will take those down. I think so. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And if you guys really are interested in watching my old roof climbing videos, I will make a new archive channel soon, I guess, where I'll just be posting archived stuff. But the roof, I think I will take down the roof climbing videos and then appeal for this shit. But either way, once again, appreciate you guys so much.
We love you so much.
Shout out to everyone that supports this channel and supports us, because all the content we do and all the shit that we do would not be possible without you guys. If you guys ever want to support the channel and donate, remember to use the link in the description, because we no longer have super chats. And then also, guys, tomorrow, Monday, I'm doing the Downtown LA skate stream, and then Tuesday I'm doing the 24 hours at Blasie's warehouse stream. Also, please let me know in the comment section whether I should do this 24-hour at Blasie's warehouse stream, if I should do it on this channel or on the Clips channel. I think it would be a good thing for the Clips channel because it's not monetized yet, and we need a certain amount of view hours, all that stuff. It would be good to promote this new channel, to do the stream there, but then also all the people already on this channel. It's much easier for you guys. So just let me know in the comment section what you guys think. But either way, thank you guys so much for pulling up.
We love you.
Riley's constantly... I need to close the door and not let the cats... You get too distracted with the cats.
I want her to meow.
No. You show too much affection. Have you ever seen Alinity? Toss the cat.
There you go. I wanted Lola to say something for the outro.
All right. Thank you, Lola. Oh, she's out. Jeez,
okay,
that's kind of
thanks.
rude.
See, you ruined the energy.
I didn't. Oh, I ruined the energy.
Thanks, babe.
Let you tell it.
You blend in with the trees, Lolo. Don't worry.
Either way, all right, guys. Thank you guys so much. If you guys can, please drop a like. It really helps grow the channel. If we could even grow at this point,
Shut up. Yes, we can.
leave a comment, sharing your opinions on the show we talked about. Let me know if you had your period yet. If you're a guy, do not forget to subscribe if you guys aren't subscribed already, and then also do not forget to subscribe if you guys aren't subscribed already to the Harmonious Man Clips channel. Once again, I'm sorry to promote it so much, but I will be doing this for the next week or two until we make a full, transition or we get this channel back monetized. But either way, thank you guys.
We
Have
love
a good one.
you.
And also, we're doing the after show in like
2 seconds.
and like no, like 5 or 10 minutes because we have to go through the laundry, load in, and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
Can you get it?
yes. Oh, she's purring. Either way, all right, guys, we'll be back live in like 5 or 10 minutes for the after show. Appreciate everyone that was watching this. Thank you guys so much for who's watching this later on, audio form or whatever it is. But thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one and